I'm here. So, I'm Samantha Barley, self-discovery life coach. It is now 8 o'clock and this is my Facebook Live. So I'm just going to sort of chat a little bit right now to myself while everybody gets the message to join. And once you join, I'll explain a little bit more what to expect. I imagine some of you are trying to figure it out. This was new to me. This is my second time, and the first time went pretty well, so it went very well. So I'm excited to answer your questions tonight. So what I'm going to be doing tonight is just here for 30 minutes and answering any personal questions, personal development questions that you have. So anything about self-improvement, about improving your life, about wanting to succeed and just feeling better with who you are. So I am a self-discovery life coach. I call myself that just because I think it's very important for people to discover more about who they are, what they want, what they like, what they enjoy, what they want for the rest of their lives. So self-discovery can be so many different things. It can be trying new activities. It can be learning more about your desires and what makes you excited and what your passions are. So it says one person's watching. Hello, welcome to the room. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for people to join and start asking their questions. I'm really happy to answer any questions about personal development. This is something that I know very well. This is something that I've been interested in exploring, learning for myself since I'm 18 years old, and so I've learned a lot of things over the years. I've practiced a lot of things over the years, and now I have a life coaching business where I'm helping people improve their lives, learn more about themselves, find ways to feel better with who they are. And I love, doing my individual sessions, group sessions, and being able to answer all of your questions about personal development. I can't say that I know everything, but I can say that, hi Charles, hello, Life Explorer, welcome. Thanks for being here. So we're just waiting for some people to join. I'm just explaining a little bit what to expect tonight, who I am, what I do. And so, so I'm just, so like I was saying, I don't know everything about personal development, but I sure know a lot because I've put it into practice. I'm somebody who really, had a very difficult time when I was younger. I went through, low self-esteem, depression, addiction, all of those things. And I'm seeing my mom sending me a message right now. She can't find me. So if Peter's watching, if anybody else is watching, can you please go help my mom figure out how to find me because I can't do it right now. Hey Maida, welcome to the room. Thanks for being here. So I'm just saying that I'm waiting for people to join in, for you guys to ask your personal development questions. I'm sort of explaining that I have a lot of experience in this field because I know it personally. I've put it into practice personally. So I've changed my life completely, and I continue to do so. I continue to improve my life because no matter where you're at and no matter who you are, you can always have a better time, feel better in your skin, love yourself more, and really have things that you desire, the experiences that you want. So don't ever look at, people and say, they're better than me or they have it all, because no matter where you get, you really want to continue to grow and continue to learn and continue to have, learn more about yourself and discover new things. Hi Heather, welcome to the room. Heart to you too. Hi Nancy, welcome to the room. What I would love for tonight is if you guys have any questions about, reaching your dreams or loving yourself more or, you know, feeling better with who you are, or any specific situations that you might be going through, ask away. Maybe don't write a huge paragraph because I don't think I'll be able to see it all down there. But any questions that you have about personal development, I'll be happy to answer as best I can. So yeah, so as I was saying, with this personal development journey, it's something that continues, and you're not ever going to get to a place where you say you're done. And so wherever you are right now, I hope that you can find something to appreciate about where you are, something that you can look at and say, you know what, my life may not be exactly what I want, but sorry, Charles is just saying, hi Charles, okay, you're gonna be in the metro. Thank you so much. You can watch it afterwards. If you guys aren't able to stay for the whole show, you can watch it afterwards. So welcome Luke, thanks for being here. So what I'm just explaining is that you're always going to want to continue to improve. And so where you are right now, if you think back, if you think to where you have come from, I imagine that there are many things that you've accomplished in your life that when you were, say, 10 years old, you wanted, right? When you were 16-year-old, you wanted something. You wanted, you know, to live on your own, and now you do. You wanted a job, and now you have one. You wanted some friends, and now you have some. I really want you to take the time to recognize that where you are now, you do have a lot of the things that you wanted in the past. You do have a lot of things that you've gotten and that you have achieved, and you've achieved many things in your life. No matter what you want and where you want to go and how bad you feel, if you take the time to look at, hey, you know what, I have gotten a lot of things. I do feel a lot better than I used to. I have made improvements. And so let me take the time to look at that, because if you take the time to look at that, then you're going to appreciate where you are. And from that appreciation, you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more, for some reason I want to say oomph. You're gonna have more oomph to go and reach the rest of the dreams that you have, because it just keeps continuing. It just keeps going. Like, no matter where you are, you will want more for yourself. You may get to a place where you feel very content, like very happy with your life, but it keeps going. You always want to have new experiences, new things. Oh, that's good, Maida. I'm glad you're saying that you have reached some of your dreams. And yeah, so even if just that moment when you sort of look back and say, hey, yeah, when I was 16, I wanted to live on my own. I wanted my parents to leave me alone. And then you got the apartment, and you can find joy in that. But a lot of us don't. A lot of us are always thinking, oh, when I get this new job, when I have this new thing, when I have this new computer, when I make more money, then I'm going to be happy. They can bring joy to your life. They will very likely bring joy to your life, but they will not satisfy everything. They will not, you will not get to a point where you're like, oh, everything is perfect and nothing needs to change. You're always going to want a little bit more. So there's inside jokes happening in the chat. Same thing for Mano. Found the cat. I don't know. Peter's saying that's funny. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Peter, can you please show my mom how to join? Can you please go on Facebook and talk to my mom and show her exactly how to join tonight? If you heard that, please let me know, because she would like to join and she's having a hard time. I hope not all of you are having a hard time. If you guys have friends on Facebook who are trying to join, please just tell them to go to my Facebook page. So my business page, Samantha, so it's Facebook/Samantha.Barley, and refresh, scroll down, you'll see the video of me So if you can tell anybody, then that would be great. So Maida, right now you are in the chat. So you are chatting right now. You can continue writing where you just did and ask any questions that you have, and I'll answer them as best I can. So whatever you're doing right now is the perfect way of doing it. I'm seeing them sort of scroll on the screen. So when I see the questions, then I'll answer as soon as I can, unless there's like, 50 at a time, then I might not be able to get to it. Good, I'm glad. Okay, so yes, so what I was saying is that we're always going to want more. And my suggestion is to really appreciate what we have, spending time looking at our lives and taking the time to really feel good with what we have, and then looking for more. Okay, so I have a question. Okay, so if you've never been on a date and you want to go on a date and you have social anxiety. Okay, so I do a group life coaching where I talk specifically about dating and finding love. And one of the things that I often talk about is so people who are who want to date, you want to be in a relationship, well, you're going to have to be able to meet that person. You're going to have to see that person. And so you want to become somebody who is capable of socializing, a little bit more often. So I wouldn't suggest, just finding all these dates to go on if they're anxiety provoking, but to become a little bit more social, to become a little bit more comfortable with who you are and interacting with other people. There are small things that you can start with. Whenever I'm coaching people, I'm really wanting them to start small. Don't try for the biggest things right away, because that's where the anxiety can come. Where we have a lot of fears, we have a lot of things that we're not sure of, and so you want to start small. So when it comes to social anxiety or wanting to be able to date, what you want to start doing is when you actually do have to leave the house, I know that some people, they have a hard time, but when you do, then, be a little bit more social. Start by lifting your head up. Lifting your head up, looking around, paying attention to what's going on outside of you, not just focused on you and in and looking down or looking at the street in front of you. Take the time to open your eyes, look around you, see that there's other people around, and just start like that. Just that makes you more open to the world around you. You're less closed in and just focused on yourself. Take out your headphones if you're listening to music and listen to the sounds around you. That is a huge step, because a lot of us, I had anxiety in the past, and a lot of us, we tend to close in on ourselves and just feel what's going on with us, or try and distract ourselves from the world around us. But that's not going to get you where you want to go if you want to end up being more social or dating. So the small steps, and you do what feels comfortable to you. So starting by, lifting your head, opening your eyes, looking around you, paying attention to what's going on. That is the first thing. And the second thing that you can do is, if you feel comfortable, is making eye contact with people. It doesn't have to be staring at somebody. It doesn't have to be that, but it can be just, subtle glances as you walk by somebody, paying attention to other people's faces, looking at them. And you can try smiling. Just little smiles here and there. People really will feel more comfortable to approach you if they want to approach you. Like if somebody wants to date you and you don't want to go and make the first move, well, being open and available to that is a very good step. So you're smiling. Yay, my mom joined the room. Welcome, Mom, you made it. You made it. So I'm just explaining right now for anybody who's just joining how to, help with social anxiety if you're wanting to end up dating. So you haven't dated before, you're wanting to date somebody, and you have social anxiety. So I'm explaining to just be more open, to smile more, to look at people in the eyes, and then you can go from there. So those are the basic steps that I think will help you right away, just to be a little bit more open to people. You're more approachable. People like it when people are smiling and happy. happy. I think you've all noticed that. And so the next thing you can do is when you're interacting with people, look at them when you're speaking to them. Okay, so Heather is saying some things as well. She's saying she heard the acronym SOFTEN, which is smile, open, forward, touch, eye contact, and nod. That's great. That's great. Yes. So, say you're at a coffee shop, you're getting a coffee. Instead of just ordering, looking down, looking at your wallet, look at the person, smile, say hello. If you're feeling courageous enough, which this is the step you eventually want to get to, is you want to say something to them that is not just, thank you for the coffee. You could say, oh, your hair looks lovely today. Oh, how are you enjoying the snow outside? Oh, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Because these acts are really they're really starting to get you out of your comfort zone, because I know with social anxiety, even that is a big step. And so these steps will help you to feel more confident. The more you do that, the more confident you'll feel. It might feel awkward at first, you might feel nervous, you might be sweating, you might have a hard time, but if you really want to get over this social anxiety, you have to be willing to push yourself a little bit at a time. And I really encourage you, and I emphasize a little bit at a time. So you start to nod, you start to say hello, I wish you a wonderful day, and then you can go from there. Put yourself in more social situations. I know you might not be comfortable at first. Welcome to the room, Sarah. You might not be comfortable at first, but put yourself in more social situations, even if you're not interacting with people, even if you feel uncomfortable at first, get yourself out there. Start going to meetups. I don't know if you guys have heard of Meetup. I know some of you are here from there. I have a meetup called Self-Discovery Montreal, but there's meetups for any sort of activity, any sort of thing that you want to do. And so you get yourself out there and put yourself in different social situations, because the more social you become and the more comfortable you feel, the more open you will be to getting to the place where you feel like you can ask somebody out on a date. I hope that answers your question. So what I was just answering for those who are just joining is somebody who's dealing with social anxiety, has never dated before, and is wondering how to go about that. So I really explained taking small steps and just putting yourself out there. Then, this is something, so I'm talking about getting out of your comfort zone. So I'll go a little bit further with this. I'll just breathe and drink some water, because I tend to talk a lot. Okay. So getting out of your comfort zone is something that I talk a lot about in my sessions, in my groups, is pushing yourself a little bit beyond where you are. Like, if you want to reach your dreams, good, Tanner, that's great, I'm glad it helped. If you want to reach dreams or reach goals, then you want to be out of your comfort zone. I don't mean going crazy and jumping off a cliff if you're really not into that. I know my sister really is into skydiving, and I know that she actually, okay, so I'll talk about my sister. So my sister's somebody who, wonderful person, has had a fear of flying, like a really big fear of flying. And it was something that was very difficult for her. She couldn't even go on an airplane without having to take medication to help herself. And she ended up getting so fed up and was tired of this. And she actually was pushed into a situation. She had to, go flying. Like, she had to go in planes. I'm sorry, I think I'm a little mixed up with my words. My mom's writing something. So she had to go in planes. It was for her work. And so she had to get over her fears. And she decided that she was going to go skydiving. My sister, who was deadly afraid of flying, decided that she was going to go skydiving. And she started skydiving. She was terrified, but she did it. And she felt so proud of herself that she ended up actually becoming a skydiver. She got certified. She's done hundreds and hundreds of jumps. And now she's a flight attendant. Would you imagine that? My sister, who was deadly afraid of flying, is now a flight attendant and is into skydiving. So the reason I bring her up is because that's an extreme out of your comfort zone, right? Like that is pushing yourself incredibly far. And some people are very, very willing to do that. There are people who are extreme, who are willing to say, no, forget this. I'm done with this and I'm going there. I'm going to jump out of a plane. I'm going to get myself out of this fear. Yeah, good, Maida. Congrats to my sis. I know. And so there are people out there who have those guts, who are willing to jump and do those sort of things. For the rest of us, me included, I like to do it incrementally. You know that just so you know, guys, I'm chatting and I'm talking about out of comfort zone, but if you have any questions, please write them and I'll get to them like as soon as I'm done. And so I'm talking right now about taking incremental steps about getting out of your comfort zone, because for me, I don't like feeling so uncomfortable. I don't like feeling so scared. I don't like feeling so nervous and unsure of myself. But I do know that it's important for self-growth. I do know that getting out of my comfort zone is incredibly beneficial, because if I just stay comfortable, I would hardly be doing anything that I'm doing. I mean, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be on Facebook Live because it is out of my comfort zone. I'm feeling more comfortable now. The thing is that getting out of your comfort zone in small steps is where you're going to see a very big benefit. So, so somebody who, say, has social anxiety, just going out and going to a coffee shop surrounded by people can be out of your comfort zone. But the more that you do it, the more you sort of habituate to it. You're like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad to be there. Oh, it's not so bad. I said hello to that person and they didn't reject me. They didn't scream at me. They didn't get upset, or they didn't do my worst fears, right? A lot of getting out of our comfort zone is that we have fears surrounding that. And so even something like what I'm doing, like public speaking or talking to people or helping people, this was something that I did slowly. I got into personal development. I started helping myself. I worked at a drug rehab center for many years, helping drug addicts, but then starting my own business was intimidating, you know? I started going to other meetup groups. I started going to meetup groups and starting to express my opinion, and started to learn, what is my opinion? What do I think about that subject? And I felt shy. I felt shy to express myself. Hi, Mylese, welcome. I felt shy to express myself in front of people, and I know that it doesn't seem that way now. And people tell me that all the time, and they say, you don't look nervous. And I'm like, yeah, but I am. Like, doing these sort of things it can be intimidating. It can be a little bit scary, but I do it anyway, because after I do it, I feel so proud of myself. And you will too, like pushing yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone and doing the things that are a little bit scary, but you still think that there's going to be a benefit to it, is so valuable. And that's the thing, is like, don't just do anything. Like, do something that you think will help you in some way. Do something that you think like, hey, if I go to this meetup, it could be helpful to me. Oh, but I'm a little shy. I'm a little bit nervous. Oh, it's snowing outside. Oh, like we have all these reasons why not. Like, of course we can talk ourselves out of it. But what about talking ourselves into it? Saying, hey, what am I gonna get out of this? What is the value in going to this meetup per se? So I'm talking still about anxiety. What is the value that I might get? Oh, I might make new friends. I might learn something new. I might try an activity that I never knew that I would enjoy. So I might discover a new hobby. I might discover a new passion. And so, yes, you could say, well, it's snowing outside. I'm uncomfortable here. But the benefits, if you can see them, then you're more likely to do it. You're more likely to get out of your comfort zone and try something new. So I really encourage you all to, if you have dreams, if you have goals, if you have things that you want for yourself, look at them. Like, really take some time to ponder it. I know that with the new year, a lot of people are wanting to do New Year's resolutions. They're wanting to think of things that they want for themselves. And we need to take that time for ourselves. Just tonight on the Appreciationist, the show that I do online, we were talking about pondering, like just pondering, thinking, what do I want? What would be nice? Or what's going on with me? And taking the time to do that, and then figuring out, well, what is the step that I can take that's a little bit out of my comfort zone? You know, not too far. I'm not one of those people like my sister who's just gonna jump out of a plane. Maybe you are, do it if you are. But if you're not, then what is the next little step? So I have a question. How do you cope with with that discomfort when you're actually in the situation? Okay, good. So the thing is, in these situations, you know, it could be social situations, it can be trying something new, you feel uncomfortable, you feel anxious, you feel nervous, you feel shy. The first thing that I would say is pay attention to how you're feeling. So I'll show my little card again. I created an emotional awareness card. I don't know if you can see that. An emotional awareness card that helps you to pay attention to your emotions. So you start by paying attention to how you feel and recognizing that, hey, I feel nervous, I feel shy, I feel uncomfortable right now, I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone. And then being there for yourself, like saying, it's okay. It is okay that I'm nervous right now. Of course I'm going to be nervous. This is something that's new to me. You know, so just sort of reassuring yourself and saying, it is okay that I'm uncomfortable, but I'm going to be here anyway because I see benefit in doing it. And so that is the biggest thing that I would suggest. There's also things like breathing, you know, paying attention to your breathing. If you're really anxious, take some time. And even if you're in a social situation, stop, breathe, be there with yourself, calm yourself down. There's even meditation apps. Go and listen to it for a minute. So things like that. There's many other things, but that's one of the things. Sorry, I have another question. That's why I'm a little distracted here. So... Can you talk about how to find the balance between being happy with what you have and pursuing your dreams? Okay, good. Yes, so, thank you for being here, Joanne, by the way. I was actually talking about this at the beginning, is, you know, we all have these dreams, these goals, these wants, and what I really was expressing before is paying attention to the things that we actually have. And so the thing is, some people, what I've heard is that they are afraid that if they pay attention to what they have, they appreciate what they have, that they're not going to want more, that they're not going to push themselves to reach their goals. And this is something that I don't believe. I believe that we are beings who always want to improve, always want to experience new things. We do get bored with what we have. And so we're always going to want more. And so first of all is don't be afraid of appreciating what you have. Spend as much time as you can looking at the things in your life that you value, looking at the things that are going well for you. What you'll notice is when you do that, you pay attention to things that are going well, you are going to feel abundant. You are going to feel like you have a lot. You're going to feel like you have a wonderful life, even if you don't have the dream house, you don't have the boat, you don't have the lover, you don't have all of that. You're going to feel good with what you have. And that feeling good with what you have will give you the energy to pursue and get out of your comfort zone, to reach for something else, to reach for those other things that you desire. Because appreciating what we have does not mean that we don't want more. Appreciating what we have just helps us feel really, really good with what we have. And then we're like, what else? What else is out there? You know, what else can I reach for? And then you have the positive attitude, you have the mode of appreciation. I don't know if you guys have ever felt like, you know, inspired or appreciative or just good with what you have. You actually are more full of energy, you're more positive, you find solutions, you're more creative. Your mind isn't always focused on lack and what problems I have and what's not going well and all of these things. It gives you the ability to then put your attention on, okay, let me be creative. Like, this is great. Everything, I'm really enjoying all these things. But let me go further. Let me find something else. Let me make it even more juicy, this life of mine, So that's sort of how I would talk about it, is just really appreciate what you have and then make plans, figure out new things, get excited. You will feel more excited if you're in a mode of appreciation than if you're feeling like, oh, my life sucks. I don't have anything. I don't have anything good going for me. Everybody, I have no friends. Like, that sort of attitude is not very inspiring. It doesn't inspire change. It does sometimes push you to change, right? Sometimes you're like, this life is so horrible that I have to change. And a lot of times that's when people come to me. It's like, okay, I'm fed up and now I'm willing to do something about it. But it doesn't always have to be that way. You can still improve your life, but do it like from an inspired state of being. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so I actually think that it's 8:30. So I'm going to leave you for now. So this was my second Facebook Live. Thank you so much for everybody who joined me tonight. Thank you for the questions. It went so quickly. And I see you guys have other questions, other things. I'll have to get to it next time. Or if any of you want to join my groups that are happening in Montreal, you can go to Meetup, Self-Discovery Montreal. If you want to work with me individually, one-on-one to reach your goals, I'll be very happy to work with you. So go to samanthabarley.com. I really, really enjoyed this tonight. I look forward to the next one. I haven't decided when, but I think I'll be doing it every few weeks or so. So just pay attention to my Facebook page. Just like it, and then you'll get the you'll see the event that I create. If you're on Meetup, you'll also see it there. And so I just really wish you, I wish you a happy holidays. I know we're going into the holidays, the new year. Take this time to enjoy it, spend time with your family, spend time with people you care about, spend time with yourself if that's what you want. Just, don't see anybody and just love you. But really find a way to appreciate it, and then think a little further, think what else? Bye, guys.